Hi everyone, it's Brenda from Simplicity here with another video tutorial. Today I want to demonstrate the frame punch board from WeRMemory Keepers. We got these in just before Christmas time and I've had a chance to work with them, and this is a pretty cool tool. Not only for you scrapbookers, but also for you card makers. This tool will actually enable you to make frames of any sizes, whether it be to frame your pictures for your scrapbook layouts or frame your card fronts on your cards. So I just wanted to do a quick demo on how easy it is to use. So let's get started. So before I actually demo it, I do want to go over the actual punch board, okay? So there's two different, two sections to this punch board. So one being in this side here, this is actually a punch, okay? So this is going to be punching our corners. And then this side here is actually a cutting system, okay? And you'll see that there's a bunch of holes, a pegboard. That is all based on the thickness of the frame that you want to choose. So not only can you do a thin frame, you can do a thick frame. So it all depends on the sizing that you want to choose from. There are 4 different sizes that you can choose from, starting from 1/4 inch up to 1 inch, okay? So if you want a frame that has 1/4 inch frame, then that's what you're going to choose, 1/4 inch. If you want something a little bit thicker, like 1 inch, then you choose the 1 inch. All right, I know that doesn't make sense now, but once I demo it, it's going to make sense. Okay, so first thing you're going to do is take a piece of paper and you're going to cut it down to the size of the frame that you want. So the outside measurements for this piece is 7 1/4 by 5 1/4. I want to use this on a scrapbook layout. I want to house a 5x7 picture behind it. So I want my frame to be 7 1/4 by 5 1/4. So for your projects, you're going to cut the frame to whatever frame size you want. All right, that's the first thing you're going to do. Then you're going to determine what thickness of the frame you want. Like I said, you have 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch, or 1 inch to choose from. All right, for this, I'm going to choose 1/2 inch. So on the punch side, there's these 2 little arms that stick out from the punch. These actually can be moved. Right now they're sitting in the 1 inch thickness slots. And it's actually on there, and it's probably hard for the camera to see that, but the little increments are actually on there. So I want to make my frame thickness 1/2 inch. So I'm going to pull these little arms out, and I'm going to go down. This is 1 inch, this is 3/4 inch, and the next one is 1/2 inch. And you're going to insert them in, just like a little pegboard. All right, I'm going to do the same for this side, down to 1/2 inch. Always double check that you have it in the right, because with all those holes, it can be a little deceiving. Once you've done that, then all you're going to do is stick your paper in until it can't go no further. It's just like a corner punch. Hold it and punch. All right? These are going to punch your 4 corners of your frame. Okay, so that's what you're going to get. We've gotten our corners punched. Now we're going to go to the other side of our punch board, and this is the cutting system. So again, it's got a little arm on the top with holes like a pegboard, and again, these have measurements on there too that coincide with these guys here. So the top one will be 1 inch, the second row will be 3/4 inch, the next row will be 1/2 inch, the bottom row is 1/4 inch. Again, this is all to determine the thickness of your frame. So back to 1/2 inch I want to go. Okay, double check. Again, the measurements are on there. I know the camera's not picking that up, but they're there. Double check that you have it in the right one. You're going to lift up this little lever. All right, this here, as I pulled it out, this is the actual cutting blade, okay? So you're going to go ahead and align that up onto there. You're going to put that down, and then you're going to insert your blade. So there's a little round dowel on the one side of this little blade. That's going to fit into this groove here, and then that blade is going to run along the top of this, okay? So so once it's in, you're going to very carefully and slow movement is cut in between the 2 openings, okay? Now for this was no problem because we're doing a longer area. I tried this with like a 4x4 frame. You have to be careful not to extend past the corner, because otherwise you're going to have little cut marks in there. So just be mindful, go slow, take your time. All right, you lift up that, flip it over again, insert the blade in, slowly pull that across. And again, keep on doing it until all your sides are cut. Okay, that is a little holder there for the blade. That's going to cut that out, and presto, we have a beautiful frame. All right, so this is going to house my 5x7 picture behind it, which is going to be great. The next cool thing I want to show you about this is going back to the punch side, is that if I wanted to round the corners on my frame, you can do that. So again, you're going to go back here. The first one was 1 inch, 3/4 inch, 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch. Then there's another set here. This is for the corner rounder. So if you want to round the corners of your frame, you're going to move these little arms to the corner rounder. You're going to insert your frame, and just be careful because it's a little finicky now that we've cut the inside out. And then you can go ahead and punch the corners, and they're going to round it. And now we have a rounded corner frame. All right, so there you go. All right, pretty simple. I mean, this is probably my third time actually doing a frame here, so you can see how simple it is. So we do have a few in stock right now. I know you guys have all been wanting them on Facebook, so don't worry, we do have more coming in. They retail $43.25, which I think is a great deal because I can see a lot of uses for this. You can also get pretty snazzy with them, and I'm just going to show you the back of the packaging here, because you can change the bottom measurement, so you can make Polaroid frames, which is kind of cool. It's pretty cool what you can do with this. It's got great instructions as well. WeRMemory keepers always have great instructions with their products, so if you always get confused, make sure you keep the instructions handy, taped into the bottom of your board, okay? Alright, so that's it for today, guys. This is the frame punch board from WeRMemory keepers. Pretty cool tool to have in your stash. Alright, until next time.